Welcome back. From time to time, you're gonna have these intense sessions where the only thing that matters is your speed. For example, right here, where we do need quite a lot of fields. Let's get to work by making a copy of the name field and dragging it down. Change the width to 656 and the field should grow without any other settings. Move the main call to action down and make room and do your best to blaze through these steps. As I work in the background, let me tell you a few things about my thought process. So this is part of the game. Now, no matter how many fancy tricks you use in Figma, this is a part of it. Now, sure, the goal is to work as smart and as efficiently as possible, but at the end of the day, you will have repetitive, tedious tasks, boring tasks, and this is one of them. So rather than complaining about it, take it as an exercise, as a chance to improve your skills. See, there's nothing difficult that's going on here, but it has to be done. So the way I see it, I like to challenge myself to do it as fast as I can. During my time as the CEO of my app design company, 5 years in total, I've interviewed hundreds of designers, and I always gave them a skills test. Sure, I wanted them to know the hotkeys and have good knowledge about designing, about the program, but I always looked for speed. Speed shows me that you value your time. Speed tells me that even if you don't know something, once you learn it, once you get caught up, you're gonna do a great job. It's one of those few indicators that employers often look for. Now, while your CV may be beautiful, it's not enough to get a great job. Usually there has to be some type of skills test. And it's easy to see why. Because, some designers may take 20 minutes to do this repetitive work. Others may do it in half that, maybe even less that, right? So this alone tells you a lot about that specific designer. So focus on your speed. That's how you're gonna make a great first impression. Okay, fast forward and these fields are done. But here's something you may have noticed. So selecting these text fields wasn't all that great. To have an easier time with it, you could do this. So let's go back to the main component and select the label. On the right side, you're gonna find this part that says content. And you can see that this is a field where it shows us the current text. And obviously this says label. So just above it, we have this icon and it says create text property. Click it and you're gonna get a new window. For the name, text is totally fine. And the value is also okay. Now, what does this do? Well, select any field, and on the right side, besides show label, show icon, you're also gonna have this option to change the text right from this place. Now, does this save you a lot of time? Well, it's up for discussion. I intentionally showed you this feature after we manually relabeled all of these fields because speed requires practice. It's one thing to understand it, but it's another thing to actually do it. Now, back to the main component, if we can edit the label, surely we can do the same thing for the hint. So simply control-click it to select it, and look for content on the right side. Click on the same icon and create a new property. This time around, this should be called hint. The name matters because we have to stay organized. Okay, now we have to handle the button, but we're gonna need a component. Now, drag it from the registered screen. We need to place it in the resources frame. Okay, from here, let's make it into a component like so. Then select the text and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make the text editable. No need for anything else. Okay, now drag out a copy and keep the text as it is. Create an account. Watch the spelling though. Okay, the distance from the last field should be the same as from the first field to the yellow bar. I recommend 40 pixels, that's 40, give or take of course. When you're ready to move on, make a copy of this screen and be as efficient as possible with your actions. Now I'm gonna start from the bottom. So the text should say enter your account. Again, please watch your spelling, this is quite important. Remove the name, city and phone number fields. Raise up the email and password fields and make sure they match the distance from the previous screen. I said 40 pixels, so let's use that here as well. Okay, then raise up the orange button as well. Let's work on the tab. So move the yellow bar towards the right. and change up the weight for these layers. So register should be shown in regular. And then login, obviously that needs to be bold. To finish up, we need a new layer that's called forgot password. So make a copy of the label and place it to the right side. If you want, you can also change the text alignment from left to right align, just in case we might edit it later on. Now, you might notice that this new layer will be above the instance, and that's totally normal, so don't worry about it, that's fine. Okay, make it yellow, and basically, I think that we're just about done. Not only do we have two beautiful screens, but we've learned a lot about using components and various properties, like Boolean, icon swap, or text property. Okay, see if there's anything else, and if not, let's continue. Thank you so much.